So what's up, pop culture lovers? Welcome back to the JeffMan316 Pop Culture Reporter channel. I'm your host, as always, JeffMan316. And as a child of the 70s and 80s, I love feeling nostalgic when it comes to my entertainment. Not so much when it comes to the topic of this video, though. I recently watched the first 2 episodes of 2 different reboots of updated shows from my youth. Velma was the first one, which is a modernized version of Scooby-Doo. The second one, Night Court, which is actually a continuation of the original Night Court series. Both are pretty much, let's say, hot effing garbage. Zoinks, as Shaggy would say. So let me get into my feelings of why I think that. Let's go. So when it comes to movies or TV shows, nostalgia can be a great thing to grab the attention of an audience who, like me, loved the show or grew up with an original show and liked that concept. Look at the Ghostbusters Afterlife movie that they recently made, or TV series like the multiple versions of Superman that we've had over the decades, or The Office. The main factor that leads to a successful reboot, requel, or remake is you must capture the essence of the original. So let's talk about Velma first.
This is my story, told my way. Jeez.
I watched those first 2 episodes, and I really have no interest in watching any more episodes after those. So where did the show go wrong for me? Well, it wasn't the title character, ironically enough. I actually enjoyed this version of Velma. I don't care that they changed her ethnicity. She was dealing with some personal demons, so to speak, that I liked. And if you haven't seen it, the pun was intended there. The original character's main qualities were there, but they added on a layer of self-doubt, which sometimes crept in when she was stressed about solving a mystery. So I like that. But the rest of the show is the hot garbage. There is no Scooby-Doo in it currently.
Where are you?
Bad move there. I think they didn't even give them the permissions to have the characters in the show. They might add one for season 2, but I heard a rumor that it could be in human form. What?
Zoinks!
Fred here is a moron who only chases beautiful girls. He's very hollow and arrogant.
I have a disease where I can't recognize people who aren't hot.
Is it called rudeness?
I have an illness!
Daphne is once again a preppy prom queen type, but she's way too shallow herself and brings nothing of value to this group of friends at all.
I need a favor.
Why would I do that? We're not friends anymore. We're nemesises.
Nemesis.
That's why.
Shaggy feels like a throwaway character with no direction without Scooby-Doo. And once again, I don't care that they changed him to a black character in this, and that he's going by his real name this time of Norval. He just feels very generic with no personality whatsoever. What made the original Mystery Inc. group fun was the different personalities and how they played off of each other. Ultimately, they came together at the end to solve the mystery. Now, I understand what they're going for here. It's like Riverdale meets Coolsville, but it does not work. They want to be edgy and more adult. It is TV mature, but they don't take it far enough with some of the jokes, and they make bad choices with others. Like in the first episode, it starts with a bunch of teen girls in the gym shower, nude, with soap suds covering their private areas. If they want to be more mature, this isn't the way to do it.
Have you ever noticed how pilot episodes of TV shows always have more gratuitous sex and nudity than the rest of the series?
Oh my god, I have. So true.
This is cringeworthy, and I felt like I needed a shower after watching that scene. Weird. The entire show features jokes that are either woke or cringy or just fucking lame. And that was a good word to describe this show, lame. No fun at all, and the edge that they wanted ended up being dull as hell.
Ugh. This school sucks.
So what I will say is, if you want to watch a better version, a more adult version of Scooby-Doo, check out the pilot episode that's on YouTube right now. Maybe I'll put a link down in the description below of a show they did called, I think, Mystery Incorporated. And they did a much better version of updating all the characters while keeping the core concept, like I said. So now Night Court. That was hot garbage for similar reasons. Night Court featured a group of very unique characters with over-the-top personalities when it came to the original. They try to bring together another group of people in the same roles as the original, but they're so watered down here that it's embarrassing. The first episode tried to pull you in with nostalgia all over it. Harry's daughter named Abby gets the same job her father had in the same building. She even takes over his same office and finds boxes of his personal belongings, including the classic armadillo from his shelf. Well, that had a good foundation to start is what I thought, but it falls flat quick. You get a less edgy version of Roz here, and the rest of the court staff is so watered down and uninteresting that I can't even remember any details about them or their names. The only spark that this show had was the returning John Larroquette as Dan Fielding, but even he was lame and a very pathetic, sad version of the Dan Fielding that I grew up loving.
Permission to approach.
Denied.
Permission to lean.
All of the original Night Court characters around Harry were either edgy or quirky, and they all poked fun at each other. Dan was obviously a womanizing egomaniac, and there was always a woman like Marky Post's character of Christine who could take him down a peg or two and call out his sexist remarks for what they were. Now, Bull was the lovable lurch of the group who was their, let's say, conscience. And Roz was the always no-nonsense muscle of the group. And then you had Mac, who was the clerk, and he was always good-natured and pragmatic around Harry. Harry always had someone around him that could bring him down to earth if he got too silly. In any situation, one of those characters would help. Now, I guess audiences these days can't handle those types of edgy characters anymore. I would call the new version of the show woke, but I won't. It's just lame and boring in comparison to the original. I guess we have to play it safe now with all of the shows so people don't get their precious feelings hurt anymore. Boo-hoo. But good riddance to this hot garbage. I'm not going to watch any more after those first 2 episodes.
Who the fuck wrote this bullshit?
I will just go back and watch Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Or I'll pull out the original Night Court with Harry Anderson if I start feeling nostalgic for those shows again. If these producers can't come up with better reboots, then leave my past shows alone. Don't touch any more shows or movies from my past. I can't deal with it. These shows are terrible.
It stinks.
So what did you think? Did you watch either Velma or did you watch Night Court? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'm not wasting my time on these, and I definitely won't probably be looking for them on physical media unless somebody tells me that there's something happens and there's a drastic improvement, and I really don't see that happening. So like my video, always hit the thumbs up, comment down below, subscribe, and if you're already a subscriber, you know what you need to do. Hit that notification bell and you'll be the first to know when I post new videos. So I really love you guys. I appreciate all the support you've been giving me. And until next time, boys and girls, this is JeffMan316, your pop culture reporter, signing out saying, you guys be safe out there.